And welcome to another episode of Mostly Satisfactory, my Let's Play series on the game Satisfactory, which is a beautiful but complex automation game. And despite... okay, encased industrial beam. Thank you, buddy. Where's Gus? Where is Gus? These doggos have the most peculiar habit of getting them stuck in the most amazing places. Hey Gus. Here, boy. So this is fairly open layout and I'm not finding them. So last time we had a major problem with a doggo being unfindable. It's because they somehow got stuck in the hub, and there he is. There, I can see it right there in the corner. Okay. Now I'm stuck. Okay, everybody's unstuck now. Yes. Come here, you troublemaker. And all that for screws. Thank you, Gus. Bonehead. Okay. So, let's... Overlapping, clipping. It was just there. It was just there. How can it be... Oh. Man, you guys sound like a little steam train. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Oh, they're back. Okay, I'm guessing the roof is causing conflict. And no, not the roof. So maybe, no. So maybe these rails are causing issues, maybe? Or maybe these power connectors. Okay. Come back here, boys. Let's... what is... Up. Something... Those chests, maybe? I mean... Okay, that looks like where I need it, right? And then that would be... We can set the power back up here. And set power back up here. And then connect them. Oh, it's buried into the wall. I need to bring it out a bit. Yes, this is the type of fun I was overdosing on last episode. And it's still in those power connectors and that cable, I think. Yep. Painful lesson to learn. Okay. Let's go take a look all the way around this time. Yes, they're both inside the admin building. Both of the biomass burners, so then we can build it and set the power up again. Man, you guys are solid. I'll tell you, I can't move you. Okay. Okay, we should be all good to go then again. Probably helps to put fuel in there, eh? There. They're both fueled up now. Aww. Oh. I know what the problem is. They're not connected on... they're not connected to the outside. That's the problem. Might as well put these roof pieces back while I'm up here. Zoop. And put the railings back. This old-fashioned railing, no. I want the industrial railing. The cool-looking railing. The railing worthy of a science fiction game like this. And now I can go with the old-fashioned 50s playground railing. And this is what the problem was. I'm not connected. Nope. Oh, that's... There you go. There you go. Actual power pole. So that's connected there. And this... Okay. So, as I was saying originally, before I got diverted by the fact I couldn't find my doggo, and then had to rebuild my hub. Yep. So the name of the series is mostly Satisfactory, and oh, okay. And my experience last episode was less than satisfactory. And it all boils down to this, right? So far in the series, I built a base up to the point where I could create reinforced plates and rotors, and through automation, and that was great. Except we realized that the way the base was set up, it was not set up for any type of expansion. So then I've built this new base further away with a mind toward expansion, and I thought everything was going fine, but we're now up. We had to... Well, then when we got to the part where we started using assemblers, that's when I started to find some major flaws in my plan, and then some weird quirkiness with the pieces and how they work together. And I came up with this big mess. And I think I mostly have a way around fixing the mess, but it doesn't address the bigger issue. And the bigger issue is that this second base design, though better, it is much better than the old base design, it's still not expandable or scalable in the way I thought it would be, in the way that I need it to be. Ooh. So my goal today is, first of all, just to get this going, because I need to be making, automatically making rotors and reinforced plates. And once I can get to that point, then we could start talking about version 3 of the base. Part of the problem I had last time, and I know I'm going to have just around, is that these lift devices, they can be raised and lowered to various heights, but those heights aren't on the same vertical grid as the belt system, as the belt supports. So, if you just want to run a conveyor belt between two of these lifts, like I did, no problem. But if you want to have a belt support in between them, well, it's going to dip down or dip up a little bit. There's just, as far as I can tell, no way around that. And that's kind of obnoxious. So really, it's a matter of setting it up to see which way looks the least bad, which isn't necessarily the standard I want to adopt, right? But that's as high as I can raise that. And then if I connect this lift to this support, and then if I run over here where I can get a good view of it, over here. Then if we look at it from here, we can see it's going too high. But my next support option would be too low. And in fact, these it's just annoying. So if I raise this one up higher, then let's see. No, it's like they do use the same intervals. It's just their intervals are misaligned, right? So, it's like, one of them can be raised to 1, 2, 3 meters, and the other one can be raised to 0.5 meter, 1.5 meters, and 2.5 meters, right? It's like, well, it's not the same thing. Man, so so the other side of it, right? Okay, even with the conveyors and the lifts not playing well together, what this really comes down to is when I originally set this up, I tried to set this up so that there would be a kind of a central storage location where items would go, right? Excess items at least, and then from between manufacturing those items and storing those items, there would be a space, like a row of belts, like I've set up, that acts kind of like a main bus, right? And so then I could use that space to divert materials away from storage to manufacturing, and that would be good. If I had enough space in that bus, there would be plenty of opportunities, plenty of space for me to add diversions as the need arose, as we learn to develop new items and new products, and bingo, we're good to go. Now, in isolation, if you're talking about just, grabbing stuff on its way to storage, that is a pretty good idea. The problem is, it failed to take into consideration that A, I need space for the manufacturing of those items, and B, that space is not always equal, right? So, first of all, the constructors would need to be sitting someplace, and when you have more than one item to transform, two inputs, now you have an assembler, and the assemblers need to sit someplace, and they're bigger than constructors, so you can't keep them lined up like we have up to this point, right? We need to kind of stagger them back and forth a little bit. And the other problem we had is, as we add more and more of either type, they trying to keep them in the same horizontal space together kind of forces me to do this spaghetti conveyor belt workarounds that I'm doing right now, which looks horrible. Actually, it looks kind of cool, just looks inefficient, right? I mean, this would be a fantastic paintball course, but in terms of looking like a nice and efficient manufacturing plant that I'm interested in, not even remotely close. So this is the pain, right? This is where I am. This is why I'm unhappy, very unhappy. So where does this leave us? Well, I think I need to put a splitter here, right? Now, there's another side to this too, right? Where's the splitter? There. Okay, down here. The other side of this is that the arrangement I have now, all my headaches, all the heartache is based only with a single constructor or a single assembler for each item. And the way this works, the way I envision it working, again, I don't know. I'm not an expert. I haven't read the wikis or anything like that. But, between a combination of more efficient belts and then multiple processing facilities, that's how we upscale our production. And the way I have this now, there's just no way in God's green earth I'd be able to upscale that way, right? Because I'm tight on space and the logistics are a nightmare as it is. So if I, look at this. I got one iron bar coming out of this thing every 4 days. And, when we start to optimize, we want to make this puppy wall-to-wall iron bars coming through here and going to storage and going wherever. Not going to do it with the current setup we have. And I've been thinking a lot about this, and I don't know what the answer is, right? Now, in the only other game I played that has been even remotely like this is Factorio, and in a number of ways, Factorio is a different beast, right? Like in Factorio, the main bus is very much the, I don't know, consensus solution for most players, and belt balancing is handled in a way that I don't think you really could do here. So I don't think the main bus, I mean, I don't think the main bus is the solution here. I do think a main bus is workable for routing stuff to storage and then, you know, breaking away from production, but that's not where the balancing occurs. The balancing actually occurs before you get to the bus. And in this game, I see balancing, that pole is like smack dab in the middle of my conveyor, so that's not going to work. So the way I see balancing working here is that the balancing is part, you know, by through expansion by machines, right? I'm going to connect this to a pole down here, which is probably embedded. Yep, like that one. Okay. Okay, these guys have power. So stuff's accumulating, it's just waiting for enough bits. And bits are few and far between. This is exactly what I'm talking about, right? So, I'm producing, but it is going to be so incredibly slow. So I'll speed it along here. And there we go, it's constructing. So now for this one we need plates. So what I was saying is that so the bottom line is this current configuration isn't going to work, and I got to rethink how to approach this. But for now, I mean, I'm 97.3321% of the way of getting to where I was with the first base. And even though it isn't optimized, it is more optimal than it was. So if we can get this going, then that kind of buys me some time. the support to nothing. It just kind of buys me some time to think about this, to retool this. So yeah, I think ultimately this will mean version 3 of the base. And that's as far as I've gotten, right? I know it's going to require something different than what I have now, but at the same token, too, how does this line up? There we go. it's going to require something different, but I'm not sure what the difference is, right? This has been a learning experience, and it is my understanding, right? I talked to a few people, and they've been good about not just telling me what to do, but they have shared some of their experiences, and I understand that the nature of this game is that you play it, and you play it for a while, and then you make it a discovery. You make an epiphany. You have an epiphany where you realize that, hey, I could or should do something different. And that difference kind of requires you to tear down some or all of your base and then incorporate that difference into the new design. And then you play a little bit longer, and then same type of thing happens. And it can happen several times. So that's kind of where I'm at, right? Obviously, at this point, if I was to start the game over from scratch, I would not have to go through all the stuff I've done so far, because I already learned through all that. And I would start from scratch on a new base concept. And that is the question. What is the new base concept? It's in the way of this conveyor. That's not good. So maybe if I can get this one lower, and then I'll just run a regular conveyor to it. But if I run it lower, look at this. It's all crowded and nasty. And this isn't going to work. Maybe if I face it away, and then I can bring it. Whoa. Oh, spaghetti. Why is it going off in that goofy direction? Yeah, but why? It's too tight of a U-turn, I think. So maybe I need to put this back where it was and come around, use this other side for the plates. Right? I mean, like I said, if this was like this... Oh, look, there's a rotor. Yay! One lonely rotor. If this was the set of a science fiction movie where, the alien's going to be killing people and, it makes for exciting cinema, this place looks great. If we're talking about, manufacturing stuff and being able to look at it and see where things are going and understand the flow and just satisfying my obsessive compulsive need for order, this fails on multiple levels. just drives me nuts. Just drives me nuts. So raise it up above the output, and then we'll try to bring it back down. Uh-oh, it's not lined up. I need to hang off a bit further. I might need a foundation for that. Okay, so the bottom's lined up. Huh. I need... The tops aren't lined up, but... Why will this not connect? Ooh, it shows it going the wrong direction. And I can't connect it here because the belt's flowing in the wrong direction. Why is it... Yeah, it's a direction issue. I mean, it tells, if you look at all the error messages, you know, overlapping, surface uneven, identical buildable, missing materials, but the truth is, it's flowing in the wrong direction. It gives me a bunch of error messages, none of which are actually valid. And then the one actual problem isn't even listed on there. Okay. And that's the problem. The problem is it's a lift. It's always a lift. It never unlifts, right? What I thought is that it would move stuff depending on where you came. If stuff came in one end, it goes out the other. But no, the way it works is it always goes up. I mean... so what I need is essentially like the Minecraft create mod equivalent of a chute, right? So to bring stuff down, I don't have a device that'll bring things straight down, so I will need to just use an old-fashioned conveyor to bring stuff down. Like this. Oh, see? I don't like that. But that's working. It's flowing in the right direction. I bet you I can connect these now. Yeah. Take care of this. And look at that. Plates galore. I don't want to disassemble this. Reinforced plate. And there you go. It's accumulating bits on both. And now it's constructing. So... I'm just as unsatisfied, maybe more so, than last time. Looking at the time, What to do? What to do? Let's check to see what our next milestone should be. Ooh, I'll keep the silica. What you got, kiddo? Rifle ammo. I have 1 rifle ammo. It's like giving me a bullet. I have 1 bullet. Okay, it wasn't. Right. Guess I have to make every shot count. I still have this other stuff that I haven't turned in yet. Still don't know where my Christmas stuff went. I think it's gone. Steel is important. Steel is important. I think the new shop products is kind of like supposed to be the hint to get you to do it. Build gun upgrades. Blueprint tab. Industrial storage container. Two inputs and 2 outputs. Advanced steel production. Expanded power structure. Hypertubes. Transports employees. I don't know about firing myself through a pneumatic tube, and it uses power apparently. I don't know how much power it sucks up. Steel it is. Okay. So new base design. I don't know what to do with that, right? Part of the problem we have is if I was just on like a big flat plane, and Factorio is a good example of this, because Factorio is a 2D game, and except for chopping down trees and occasionally little rock cliffs, it is essentially a big 2D plane. So you have plenty of room horizontally to build whatever weirdness you want to build. Here, this is very much a 3D world, and that 3D is filled with 3D stuff. Some of which I can't do anything about. It's not a voxel world, so I can't go digging and leveling and terraforming. So, you know, what do you do? So now I'm just thinking out loud here, right? Maybe part of the answer is that I don't bring everything in, right? I mean, maybe what I should do is I have my central admin and central storage, but that storage is really more for, you know, ad hoc needs. And then the production is actually occurs in islands. And when I say islands, I'm just talking about, I'm not actually talking about, you know, dirt surrounded by water. I'm talking about islands of production, right? So instead of one, ooh, Circuit boards. Okay. What do you got? Now I got 2 rifle shots. Woohoo! It's useful for establishing dominance. Yeah, not if I shoot my 2 shots. So what I'm talking about islands is like, you could think of the space elevator, the admin center, and the storage would be built together, and that's an island, right? The mining and smelting would be built clumped together, and that's another island, right? And then material would flow between the islands as needed, so that instead of like one big wall-to-wall base, I have lots of little bases that are connected to each other with power and conveyors. And in that way, since each of the little islands is its own little entity, when the time comes to expand, right, to scale, it has its own little dedicated space with nothing around it. So I can expand or scale as needed. And at that point, I guess what I'm saying is in programming, right? In the old days in programming, you would write everything as one big program. And yes, I'm that old to remember that. But later you started writing in a modular programming, right? And the idea is you could then take that whole module out and replace it with a different module. And as long as the inputs and the outputs line up, it doesn't really matter what happens in between. So you could do all your scaling in that in between, right? Or changes on your in between. And that's kind of where I'm at now, right? I mean, everybody has talked about games like this being an analogy to software development. And so maybe I need to think of it that way. Maybe I need to think of it as a modular program. So I have a storage module. I have a main module. I have a output module, and then all the other processing modules are separate and self-contained. And I've got coal, and now I'm gonna drive, man, because I need some positive emotion. But see, here's the problem. If I start building these decentralized bases all over the place, I already have a problem with traffic or trying to weave around these conveyors, right? So if I amp out and have more conveyors than I already do, then driving around is going to be a bigger pain in the butt. Now, yes, I have my license. Yes, I passed. Maybe I've already briefly mentioned that maybe the solution here is to raise all the conveyors so that I could drive under them. Or maybe I should build a roadway bridge over them. I kind of like the idea of just raising them up so I can drive under them. Yeah, I meant to do that. I meant to do that too. Oh, this is my Austin Powers moment. Trying to do a multi-point turn. Oh, look at that box floating in midair. I think I found my Christmas stuff. Yep. Okay. Well, that answers that mystery. Huh. I could have swore I had more of these iron mines hooked up. No. Okay, more food for thought. So, no, I don't want to dismantle my tractor. So if I've got, still thinking out loud here. if I've got conveyors flowing around everywhere. So, okay, let's try this. Huh. Surprisingly, not a problem. What I want to do is, I got a bunch of iron ore in my pocket, and I want to get rid of it. But I don't think I can put them in the smelters because they're probably full. Yep, they're full. So let's cut off the input and let them chew on their internal stores, and then I can empty my pockets. Yeah. So back to what I was thinking. There is oh, can I drive over these? Okay. I guess the answer is yes, in the most ugly and inefficient way possible. So it's either you build a bridge over them or you drive under them. Under them seems to be the best option, because then I don't have to go to the one spot where there's a bridge. I can go anywhere. I hope my kids never watch this, especially now that we're at the age where it's time for them to start learning to drive. Man. Okay. So just again thinking out loud here. I'm kind of leaning toward having decentralized processing, right? Processing would be based off of separate locations, and materials would be transferred around accordingly. Each of the islands would have its own space, so they could be scaled individually. Material transfer between items. Where's the lock boxes? No. Oh. Organization. Yep. Can't hang it on a wall, huh? Okay. So decentralized and localized production and processing. Transfer materials between each. Transfer materials has got to be lifted. Oh, a gold slug. Well, thanks, slugger. Transfer materials has got to be lifted up off the ground to facilitate vehicle transport on the ground. This... get your head out of the ladder so I can get on the ladder. There, I'll just jump over you. Time to go sightseeing. Find what else we can find. Maybe... I think I have the beginnings of the plan, right? Which is, let's lift it all off the ground, and not just the conveyors. I think maybe we should lift all the processing off the ground. That's going to give me a bit more space horizontally. I mean, it's going to require a lot of iron sheets. Oh, I made the jump. Good. It's going to require a bunch of iron sheets and concrete, but we're producing a bunch of that, right? I'm okay with that. I think it's going to allow me to build these islands and the conveyors between them in a way that will better satisfy my aesthetic sense. I don't think it'll look quite as sloppy and weird as it does now. I mean, really don't want to do all this over again, but I'm kind of thinking that's what I got to do. Is I got to do this all over again. So raising. So I do know there's a lot. I've already gotten most of the construction pieces for building architecture. What I would really need, what I would really want, if I build everything up high, I would love to have. I would love not to have to go up and down a ladder all the time. I would love to have an elevator. I mean, I haven't seen one. I assume one exists, and that assumption would then also assume that it exists, and I just haven't seen anything that hints toward it because I haven't gotten far enough in the game yet. Oh boy. And what do you do with a vehicle? If the base is built high, maybe the vehicles don't go high? Maybe I just cross that bridge when I burn it? I don't know. Okay. Let's do a little Baja here. See what we may find. So last time we explored this biome pretty well to my right. I guess that would be the east. But we didn't really look at much on the west. Man, these birds are all over the place. If I was a very different person, I would be gunning for them. Now they're just annoying the bejesus out of me. Some quartz. May the quartz be with you. Not a lot, that's for sure. Love to find a quartz node someplace. Especially if I'm gonna be building again, because I would like to actually build buildings with windows and not look like a prisoner or Amazon distribution hub. This rock wall sure does look like it should have caves or something in it. I mean, that's just crying out for cave, right? Hello? Anybody home? Guess the answer is no. Found a limestone node. Didn't know it was here. Man, I gotta take it. Pleasure where I can right now. Let's see. Limestone. Impure. Stamps. And color. I have a limestone color. And that's not it. my limestone is pretty washed out. Select color, load preset, limestone. F. Iron, E. The blue works. Limestone doesn't. Pioneer overalls. They come out gray. That's not the color they show either. Well, shoot. Okay, hold on. Can I edit this color? There we go. If I grab the color from here, copy it, go over to here, and paste, and then save it under the same name. Can I overwrite? Yep. It says it selected it. Let's see if it... Okay. Color storage is not their forte. Okay, looks like we got a built-in ramp here that we can go up. Oh, quartz. Too busy, gotta keep going, and not drive off. Okay. Oh boy. This is like a BMX racer's dream up here. And you know, if this was a real life four-wheeling, this would be kind of fun. But in this thing, I don't think this is gonna be a fun place to drive. Stupid bird, move. Oh, traffic's light, but the roads are in bad shape. Let's see. I can't even really see where I'm going half the time because, you know, just, oof. That looks like a big chunk of limestone down there. Sure. Oh, wreckage. Or as they say in France, wreckage. I apologize to the entire French-speaking world, but just... we used to have a supermarket, a department store chain in the West called the Bon Marché. Right, and we started joking. Oh, there's a bad guy up there, and a slug. We would joke because a lot of people would shop at Target. It's a discount store, but they were kind of like frou-frou people. I hear ya. Holy moly, he launched me. Anyway. Oh. Did I get him? Yep. Anyway, so people shop at Target, but it's a discount store, but yet the people who were shopping there are kind of upscale. So the joke was I don't shop at Target, I shop at Target. Yeah, whatever. Just make it sound fancier. Okay. This is a pretty cool little area. By the vegetation, whoa, I did not mean to do that. By the vegetation, I think it's related to the starter biome, right? I kind of figured the more the more different it is from the starter biome, the higher. Yeah, I meant to do that. The higher or harder the level is, right? Oh, some quartz. And bad guy. I don't think they can jump off of cliffs and stuff. They would have done it by now. I don't know why I find any quartz deposits that have like 100 or 200 in them. That'd be nice. Just saying, you know. Big old node of something. Iron? No, coal. I didn't just realize that these coal deposits also give you the finger, just like the iron does. Okay. Uh-oh. A spit tear. Yeah, this area is not conducive to driving. Gonna have to explore on foot. That one obviously has a switchback that leads right up to Chuckles. Let's see. Oh, a water. Oh, well, this is interesting. It's kind of related to the newbie zone with a huge drop off that'll kill me, but lots of water. Ooh, and Caterium. I'll go back and put that in the box for holding Caterium. We call it the cat box. There's some pretty interesting crap in there. So let's see. Oh, so I can. Okay, I can drop down to. No, I can't. There's like a deep canyon, and that has like sulfur or something over there. I'm not going to be able to drive through the canyon. Okay, what's going on with Chuckles over here? There's like some antenna sticking up. Did I go up this side? No, that's not it. It's too steep. Got to be further up here. Yeah, with the grass growing on it. Oh, it's got to be the slug. That must be the slug with the antenna. Whoa! Can't do that. Uh-oh, I hear Chuckles. He's in the neighborhood. Yep, he's in the neighborhood. Missed me. That didn't miss me. Don't want to get knocked off the edge. Oh, he sees me. Okay. This isn't over, you hear me? To quote Johann Sebastian, I'll be back. Uh-oh. Hey, there's the Chuckles too, but this one's got all sorts of these like Chuckles Plus. Okay. This guy this guy's kind of bad. Bad to the bone. There we go. Whee! Doing donuts. Yeah, this... Ooh, he left 2 remains. So that, you know... A Chuckles Plus is... gives better drops, apparently. Okay. Excellent. I'm feeling a little better. Feeling a little more, you know, achieved. Or a little more sense of achievement. What is that? We got like some big old egg pod looking thing. Can't run over it. Uh-oh, it's got an egg in it. It has an egg over easy. And then I'm assuming these are drones or something. Well, okay. So I'm going to beat up this soft-boiled egg thing.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. It is unclear where on the flora or fauna spectrum it lies, but initial data suggests this might be a nest or an egg. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
You think it might be an egg? I mean, even opening it up, it's like screams egg. I mean, in the most direct way possible. Oh, I have no rods. I have no rods. Purdy water. Purdy. Okay. Okay. I'm not really achieving a lot here except for a couple of new alien mobs encountered. Try to find my way back. Maybe. That looks like nothing. I thought for sure that would be a cave. But it isn't. Oof. Whoa, we got some weirdness, and we've got a bad guy there. Can I hit him? Ramming speed. Okay, I got him. And now I'm stuck. And there is... That's not your regular run-of-the-mill hog. That guy looks nasty. I really am stuck. I jammed this puppy in here good. Okay. Can you see me? Oh, he sees me. He sees me. Okay. Whoa, he jumps up too. Whoa, okay. Oof, I get it. Alright. So the old approach isn't working with this guy. He's like a Timex. He takes a licking and keeps on ticking. I, on the other hand, don't. Oh. Okay. Can I get up here and bash? Well, I'm just bashing my own vehicle. Is he going to jump over me or into me? Oh, no. Good. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Come here. I dare ya. Is he down? Okay. Seriously, is he down? Stay down. Okay. Wouldn't it be nice if your car broke down, you could just like disassemble it with the atomizer and reassemble it as good as new with the same tool? Wouldn't that be cool? You wouldn't even have to wash your car. You just like, oh, it's dirty. I'll disassemble it, reassemble it. There you go. All the crap that your kids have put in the back seat over the years that are just turning into compost in the back, you could basically dissolve it away. Get that new car smell every day. Except the new car smell is basically the fumes from the plastics and the carpet and stuff, so it's not healthy for you, but yeah. Ooh, that's probably the wrong direction. Pretty biome, though. Yep, meant to do that. Okay. It's time to head home. I'm not exactly sure what direction it was. It wasn't with the big autumny trees. The light's kind of throwing me off for a loop. This looks... Whoa! Bird in the road. There we go. There we go. Oh, well, space elevators are dead giveaway. It's kind of like we're driving back into, like, the Shire here. Okay, that's my new name for this place. This biome's the Shire. Welcome back to the Shire. Though I guess my whole building a base in the Shire is kind of like the equivalent of the Scouring of the Shire, where Saruman and Wormtongue survived. We're talking about the book now, not the movie. And they basically started to industrialize the Shire and enslave its inhabitants. It was nasty. It was bad. But they both died. Anyway. So that part's the same. Just when and how it happens different. Ooh! A nuke! Because you can never have too many nukes. Yeah. Yeah. I could have used that a while back. Okay. Let's pop in this new megafauna stuff. Hatcher. As in Terry? Let's see. Okay, tell me about it.
The remains researched belong to a plant-like organism hosting the larva of the flying crab, the most mature of which hatch when threatened. Hatcher remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
Flying crabs. Okay. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Dropping off the weird stuff. Sure did get dark in here all of a sudden. Okay. Hog protein. Spitter protein. DNA. Donna. Well, shoot. Cargo, can you move, please? So, I think I'm not happy. I think I'm not happy. Again, but I think I know what I need to do. I'm not really looking forward to it, but I think I know what I need to do. So, but I am producing rotors and reinforced plates just at the rate of 1 every 5 months. So, okay, let me chew on this a little bit. But next time we come together, I'm pretty sure I know what I'll be doing. I just got to think through the details a bit. I hope you come back and see how it goes. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even if it was incredibly annoying and obnoxious and frustrating for me. Maybe for you. I don't know. Certainly for me. So until next time, I hope this finds you and yours in good health, good spirits, and perhaps a touch of good fortune. Cheers.